Oh, hey! So today we're discussing pain management when in labor. So when I had my first daughter, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to expect. All I heard was horror stories. And so I was definitely determined to have an all-natural, unmedicated birth. And so the great thing about that is that although I did have the baby monitor on my stomach and I was hooked to an IV, I was still able to move around. I was able to change my birthing positions, able to even sit on a yoga ball when I was having cramps to alleviate that and just see which position was the best position for me. But I did have the freedom to move around. So when it came down to it and I was in labor, of course, one of the biggest things, one of the scariest things that you hear about is the pain that you feel when you have contractions, what I call cramps, because contractions feel like period cramps. And so despite what everyone tells you, the key to getting through labor is breathing. That's it. Now, the cramps do become intense, and they become intense because not only are they uncomfortable, but they last longer. When you are in the beginning stages of labor, your cramps are shorter in length. They last a few seconds. When you are in labor, active labor, baby is coming, your cramps can last up to a whole minute, and they are intense. So like I said in my labor and delivery story, if you didn't watch it, which I think you should, the cramps come in a wave. And so you feel the cramps coming and then they start to spike up just like a wave. That's when they become intense. You want to brace yourself. And then eventually they will come back down and subside. And that is exactly how a cramp contraction happens. And so you have to make sure that when you feel it coming, you start to mellow your body. Relax. You breathe. Breathe in deep. Breathe out slowly. And if you're peaking and you're just like, oh my God, I'm about to lose it. Don't hold your breath, but just breathe in deep. Breathe in slowly. So you go. And immediately. And trust me, by that second, third inhale, it will already start to subside. If you start breathing like that, you're going to start hyperventilating. You're going to start freaking out. That mental focus that you need when you are in labor is real. And so you don't want to break that. Okay? So when it comes to having a natural birth and going through that process, you're allowing your body to do what it's going to do, but you're also working with your body to relax, to just breathe. Now, I'm not saying I didn't lose my cool. When I had my first daughter, I didn't know what I was doing. And God blessed me with a nurse who told me, hey, this is how you do it, okay? When you feel one coming, relax your body like Jell-O. It will come like a wave. It's gonna come, it's gonna peak, and it's gonna go away, okay? Trust me. So, what happens? Limber your body, relax, breathe through it. Keep doing that, and you'll be good to go. Pretty much. And ever since that day, ever since April 13th, okay, of 2015, that is how I've tackled every single birth. And it's worked. And so when you are at your 8-9 centimeter, when those cramps are becoming longer and they're more intense and you really have to focus, know that breathing, just like you did in the beginning when you started having those cramps, up until when you're 8-9 centimeters dilated, still works. That is the foundation. So generally, some women hum, some women sway side to side, some women lay in different positions, some scream, And some are very quiet, like myself. I'm very, 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 very quiet. I can have a whole conversation with you, but when one is coming, I'll say, okay, hold on. That's when I limber up, focus, breathe. And once the cramp ends, it's over. Once that cramp subsides, we'll get back to the conversation. So when it comes to that mental portion of labor, you have to tell yourself, hey, I can do it. I got this. All that public pressure goes out the door. All that self-doubt goes out the door. You don't let that flow in with you when you are in labor, going to the hospital, or about to have your baby. Yes, it's scary. Yes, you can get nervous. But you have to, again, believe in yourself. And once you push that baby out and you know you did it, there is no greater feeling than having your baby and knowing that you did it without the assistance of an epidural. Now, just because I had 4 natural births doesn't mean that at one point in time I had my points of freaking out, because I did, especially with my first daughter. There was points where I was breathing and the cramps were coming back to back to back, and they were intense, and I would and I didn't know what to do, and the nurse would say, hey, look at me, focus, it's okay, just breathe. And as intense as your cramp may be, that constant breathing gets you through. It gets you through. Believe in yourself. Trust that you can do it. Trust that your body knows what to do. Have faith. It's really a beautiful experience. What does it feel like when the baby's coming out? Like poop. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. This is the real way the baby comes out. You know how you have to go number 2, and sometimes when you're sitting there, you just feel this pressure and it starts to come out on its own. So it's like you can't do anything about it but to push with it so that you can get it out as quick as possible and you don't feel that discomfort. That's what it feels like. When the baby is coming out, you feel like you have to go number 2. Because if you think about it, the pressure of the baby's head will be pressing down on your behind, on that area. So as the baby comes out, it's coming down and it feels like it's coming out of your, your second hole. And it's funny because when I had my son, I was like, okay, oh, he's coming. But I was like, oh, he's coming. And I was like, it caught me by surprise because I really forgot in that moment that it feels like you're going to the bathroom. It feels like you're passing a number 2. And so that's how you know baby is coming out. When you're in the labor and delivery room, the bed is different so that they can put half of the bed down. And so you feel like you're on, the edge of your bed, and they bring your knees up. So your knees are literally like this, up on your chest. And the 2 nurses, they hold the legs back so that when you have a cramp, contraction, and you're pushing, they push your legs back as you're pushing so that it helps the baby come out. Now, I'm going to get a little graphic again, okay? Maybe TMI, but I'm letting you know anyway. If you're in the bathroom and you're going number 2 and your poop is stuck, if you spread your cheeks out, right, putting that pressure away from it, the poop will come out. So essentially, it's the same as giving birth. When the baby is coming out and you're pushing, they're pushing your legs back so that your area can open up a little bit and it helps the baby come out. So in essence, I just wanted to put those 2 things together. I know it's TMI. I know it's a little graphic. I know you're not trying to think about poop right now, but because when the baby's coming out of you, it feels like you're pooping. That's what it feels like. But after that initial, oh, I'm pooping, the baby's coming out, you also have to think about what you may also feel. which is the Ring of Fire. I want to tell you guys about the Ring of Fire. I'm so happy that I was blessed to remember this. No one mentioned it. I didn't read about it, and I was doing a lot of research when I initially had my daughter. Point is that when the baby is also crowning, right, when the head is actually coming out, you feel literally like a ring around your area, and it's burning. It's a burning sensation. And I remember I was laying on my back and I was pushing my daughter out. And then I started to feel that burning sensation literally like around the head that was crowning it. And this is how I had my face. I was like this. Like, what am I feeling right now? It wasn't pain. It was a burning sensation. But that sensation went away and the baby's head popped out. And then you push again and the shoulders come out and the body comes out. And that feels like, oh my God, I just felt the baby's body come out of my body. For me, one of the most important parts is getting the head out. Because once you get the head out, you push once or twice, maybe even 3 times, and the body comes out. When I had Calm, my baby, it took me a little bit to push her body out. Normally, the body comes out right away. But she was so long. She was 20 inches long. And so I always found it funny that when I was pregnant, although her head was down there ready to come out, I still felt her all the way up in my chest. And I was like, why I feel her up here? It's because she was so long. And so even though it took me a couple pushes to get her out, you know, just having her come out, it felt a little weird, but it was cool at the same time. So, oh, and the placenta. So the placenta takes a few minutes to come out, but they do massage your lower abdomen in order to get it out. That doesn't cause any pain. When it's about to come out, they do ask that you push, but that's not something that requires a lot of strength. You literally just push a little bit and they're able to get it out. After that, that's pretty much it. I didn't talk about dropping the mucus plug in any of my videos, but I do want to say that when you're pregnant, they say the mucus plug is supposed to come out, you know, towards the end of your pregnancy. But I do want to mention that when I had Callie, my mucus plug was dropping slowly. When I was pregnant with Kevin, I didn't drop my mucus plug at all. And I went into labor and he was about to come out and he came out. But when he came out, my mucus plug came right along with him and everything else that was supposed to come out of me. And I thought that was different. With Calm, before I went to the hospital, some of it came out and I was able to see it. And the rest of it came out when I gave birth to her. So your mucus plug can drop, you know, at any point in time. Before you have the baby, when you're in labor, when the baby comes out. That doesn't cause any pain or discomfort at all, but I just wanted to throw that in there because at the end of the day, every pregnancy is different. Every experience is unique. I had 4 children and all the experiences with them was unique. But ultimately, I was able to have a natural birth with them all. And I'm just super, super grateful that I continue to believe in myself, believe in my body. Because after I had my son, I was like, man, can I really do this again? Especially knowing that my daughter was going to be a little bigger and longer, possibly. So with the right support with you and believing in yourself, you can definitely get through it. Oh, hey. So I wanted to come back into this video and just share my last little tidbits because I think it's very, very important for me to share this. At the end of the day, please, please, please do not let others' opinion or their experience that they went through influence your decision. And I say this because at the end of the day, it's your body and everyone's labor experience is different. Let's just say you pick 5 random women, okay? Women that you met at work, women that you've gone to school with, women that you keep in contact with, or just women in your family, women that you know, okay? Ask them about their child labor experience. Although some of them may be similar, if they've given natural births, their labor story will be unique to them. I am not saying to completely disregard what other women who've gone through childbirth say. I am not saying to completely disregard their advice, but I am just saying that at the end of the day, make sure that you give yourself the real experience to feel it for yourself. That's all I'm saying. So yes, do your research. Yes, go in knowing that you will feel a level of discomfort. Know that you will have to be focused. You will have to calm your body. You will have to trust your body. You will have to trust yourself. And it's just a beautiful experience. So ultimately, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Know that there's a lot of videos out there. Know that there is a lot of resources out there for you. Know that there's different ways to set the ambience so that you can go into labor in a calm and peaceful way, which is ultimately what you would want. I definitely just wanted to talk about managing your pain and encouraging you and telling you that it is possible and that you can do it if that is the route that you choose to go. So peace of positive vibes, many blessings, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you never miss another video. If you have any questions at all, just let me know in the comments and I will be sure to answer them for you.